white gladiator has that big striped spear.
Look, the judges are not. Even the Egyptian judge is impressed.
Until recently, you claimed that the Earth revolved around the sun.
Welcome to History Bites. I'm Rick Green. In the 1100s, a femme fatale named Eleanor of Aquitaine had it all. She was rich, intelligent, beautiful. To top it off, she married the King of France. But King Louis spent most of his time in his drafty castle praying. Our wild little rich girl was bored out of her tower. So, Eleanor enticed her husband, Louis, into a series of gratuitous conflicts that left him so guilty he felt the need to wash away his sins with a holy crusade. Eleanor packed her trunks, troubadours, and hawks and set off with her hubby. Let's channel surf during this, the Second Crusade, and see what's on TV in the year 1147. Because where do you go to see gorgeous, self-absorbed pop icons? The boob tube.
When the tour finished, I thought, it's over. It's like when someone dies. Well, when a few 100,000 people die, you kind of like go to a safe place and prepare yourself for the letdown. I mean, it's like when I was in Jerusalem and it was hot and we're like losing and I couldn't take it anymore. Going back to Paris is going to be so boring in comparison. And just like the Crusade, my marriage is totally over.
Here we are, getting ready to go.
People, we gotta get some crosses. Has anyone seen the crosses? Anyone?
Holiday.
Jonglers, jugglers, and jesters are here.
Chainmail is in. The chainmail's here. Mail for the males.
I just stepped on one of the comb breasts. Is that okay?
I'm sure that's fine. Ask my wife about that.
Eleanor, there's no room in your trunks for the Bible. Where am I going to put your Bible?
Just stick it where the sun don't shine, Thierry. Did I say that?
You know, you don't need to be rude to me. Louis, you're the king. Tell your wife to be civil.
Eleanor, 1,000 more knights from Aquitaine just showed up. They're screaming, Saracens to Helly. We love Ellie.
We totally do. We totally love Ellie. They love me because I'm beautiful and rich. Yeah. Do you love me, Peppy?
Sure, Eleanor. Oh my. Yeah.
Look, our crusade's gonna take the overland route through the civilized world here. Okay, then give or take a couple of months, we'll do the Byzantium gig, pick up more supplies.
Jeffrey, don't bug me now. Come on, I have so much to do. I have to pick out the wine. I have to coordinate the girls' uniforms. The Queen Mother wants me to finish some tapestry. Ta-da!
I just thought you might like to know the schedule.
Yeah, well, I don't give a rat's ass.
Yeah, that's par for the course. Anyway, so we go to Antioch and then Nicaea with your Uncle Raymond.
Great, ladies.
Oh yeah, and then Louis wants to go to Jerusalem.
Hey, don't put that over. Jeffrey, we are not going to Jerusalem.
Talk to Louis.
No, the Pope wants us to take Edessa back. That's the whole point of this crusade, Edessa.
I know.
No, look, but we've got far more trunks of clothing than we have. Oh!
Swollen goiter on his neck is correct. You have control of the board, Jane.
I'll pick nobles for 100, please, Alex.
This noble looks after the king's bedchamber. Timmy.
What is the pretty princess?
Sorry. Jane.
Who is the chamberlain?
The chamberlain in the bedchamber. Your board.
Nobles for 200, please, Alex.
Since bedrooms are heavily guarded, the chamberlain also controls this. Jane.
What is the money or finances?
Yes, the treasure. Pick again.
Let's try edible entrails for 400, please.
Take a look now at the Sandy Valley Expressway, and things are fine there. Looks fairly safe, a little dry, but no delays on the Mountain Heights interchange. Looking fine there as well. If you're on the Crusade, you might want to consider this route.
The beginning of the tour was easy, although I must admit the excitement meant I was a bit rough on the crew.
Where are our swords? Will somebody get in here and explain to me why our women don't have any swords? I will tell you this, I am not doing any more crusading until I get a sword of my own. Okay, God. Before we really go out there and knock those Saracens dead, I just want to pray that the girls and the knights and I can go out there and do our very best. And that we can remember that we are doing this for my very dear friend, Jesus, who doesn't have the luxury of being with us today.
That's right.
So, we should all be very grateful that we can go on this adventure for him. So, Louis and Thierry and Petronella better stop their incredibly lame infighting. I don't care what your life was like before this tour. I don't care what your life is going to be like after it. But while you are all working with me, every one of you will treat me special. Amen. Amen. All right, everybody wash your hands. They're sticky. You're all sweaty.
Eleanor was from Aquitaine in southern France. Now, this region was heavily influenced by the Moorish culture in Spain, rather than the Catholic culture in Rome. It was exotic and sensual, just like Eleanor. Of course, to the aristocrats from the north, Eleanor was just another brazen southern tramp.
There's a hair on my chin. I want that hair to come off later.
The priests are here.
What?
Yeah, they're saying you can't bring a bunch of musicians on the crusade.
You're kidding.
No, this is pretty serious. The Pope saw a bunch of jongleurs walking around the church singing and doing backflips, and the Pope has declared that kind of entertainment is immoral.
Louis, I am not changing my crusade, okay? It's an artistic statement. I'm from Aquitaine, for f***'s sake.
Okay, but you see, their position is that bawdy songs and troubadours do not belong on a holy mission.
No, if they have a problem with my stuff, they can go f*** themselves.
Look, they can kick you off the tour, you know, Eleanor. They can arrest you.
Worst case scenario is they come to a party, they make a scene, they give her a fine, right? Yeah? And then afterwards, what? Troubadours pick up on it, they write a few songs about her. You can't buy that kind of publicity.
I'm going for it.
Yeah, you go for it.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Want to bet she hires even more singers? Let's go get some mead.
Where Gervaisi there went wrong was in how he handled his quarterstaff. Come on, you gotta work on that stick handling. It's a big stick, a high stick. Yeah, but these guys shouldn't be worrying about high sticking. They just need to be sure they got that grip. One hand in the middle, one hand a quarter of the way from the bottom.
That's why it's a quarterstaff.
Yeah, that's why it's called a quarterstaff. But you hit them with the top quarter. Remember that, you kids at home. The final quarter is where you win the game.
And that's a turn and turn and turn, then 3, 4, turn, face.
Strike a pose.
Not bad.
There's 300 women on this tour, not counting servants. We're going as a favor to Christ. See, we're gonna go tend to the sick and the wounded and maybe kill a few heathens. Now that's girl power.
Stay tuned for more of the Middle Ages Material Girl. The sacred mission of the Second Crusade was to liberate the city of Edessa and kill as many infidels as possible. But the Crusade's leader, King Louis VII of France, didn't really like the killing and attacking stuff. He was more comfortable praying in a monastery than parrying on the battlefield. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong guy.
What are you doing back there, Louis?
It's Louis.
Yeah. Don't just sulk because everybody listens to me. If you're gonna dress like a monk, you're not gonna get the respect of the soldiers.
Get your swords. Everybody, get your swords.
Louis, come here.
It's Louis.
Oh, look, don't sulk about this. He's just upset because he wants me to bear his heir to the throne.
I realized that these kids have never been outside of their own hometowns before, so I wanted to show them all a good time in Constantinople. They were really excited about the foreign food, although it was mainly because all our food had run out 2 weeks before.
Pepper's a spice. This smells funny. This is not a spice.
Cinnamon, Odo, it's cinnamon. Odo boo-boo, I forgive you for all the things you don't know, you moron. Come here. Okay, everybody, let's eat. The Byzantine Empire is great. We just love Constantinople.
We just love having you. How long do you think you're going to be staying?
Well, Emperor Conrad and his German studs are about a week ahead of us, so, we heard they were wiped out by the Turks, and if that's true, we'll just stay a little longer.
Oh, I just got a message from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're okay. Actually, they said they were winning, but they were waiting for you guys to come from Constantinople to help them finish the battle. It's a PR thing. It's a tough call, but I would go for it if I were you.
Oh, come on, you just want us out of your city and onto someone else's doorstep, looting them out of house and home.
Oh, no, absolutely, you guys can stay here. No problem at all. I was just thinking that your nights are getting kind of itchy to perform, because they were, certainly have enough rehearsal the way they were roughing up my citizens last night, but I just love that. They were brilliant. Honestly, brilliant.
Honestly?
Yes.
Now, what kind of wood should they be looking for?
That doesn't matter, as long as it's hardwood. It's got to stand up to a lot of whacking. The one thing you don't want is to find out in the heat of the moment that your wood's gone balsam on you.
Now, a lot of young quarterstaffers look for the biggest quarterstaff that they can find.
That's not how big your quarterstaff is, it's how you use it. That said, the bigger the better.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about strategies?
Forget strategies. Just go out there with one of your buddies and try and whack them off.
Outside of Nicaea, we were plagued with terrible technical problems, and I was freaking.
It's a gold bracelet and it has a little blue stone in it. Damn it. Look, I don't care about your arrow. Do you believe in Jesus? I guess. Well, then he'll save you. Now help me find the rest of my jewelry.
I told you to wait on the hill, to wait on the hill!
I know you told me to wait in the hill, and I said I'm sorry. How many times? 10? Get over it.
Never mind. Louis, are you okay?
The only reason I'm alive is because they're wearing this cowl.
And he was in a tree.
Yeah, he was in a tree. That's exactly right. The only reason I'm going this fast is because I'm trying to get to Antioch quickly, okay?
Our best troops were one day ahead. We were cut to ribbons. All we had to fight with were these stupid wimples.
Louis!
Officials are concerned with the environmental impact of so many crusaders. With tens of thousands of followers and victual merchants all eating, bathing, and defecating en route to Jerusalem, volunteers for the watchdog group Codpiece say local peasants can't work because of the smell.
Most people that eat defecate at some point during the day. So when you have that much movement in one place, the farmers are going to be up to their ears in non-agriculturally contributive, previously enjoyed foodstuff byproducts.
Sure, we're all camped out here together. There isn't really anywhere else to go, really. All this weird food they have here doesn't help. I can guarantee you we'll be taking another route home. Oh my God, whose was that?
Sometimes on these crusades, the crowds get a little rough. You just have to roll with it.
Crowds get a little rough. They ate my wine steward.
That was our man, sire.
Okay, look, everybody get over here. Group prayer, now.
Eleanor? Oh, she's always been straight with me, Sometimes the king gives us an order, we disobey that. That's just our thing, But Eleanor's in charge. Yeah, she's always been there for us, and we respect her for that. Yeah. There's none of that star bull between us, None of that.
The French and German peasants who marched off to fight on the Great Crusade probably didn't know anything about where the Holy Land was, or who these infidels were, or why they had to be annihilated. But then, to be fair, the peasants didn't know anything about anything.
Right, Jacqueline, here's the first question. This human garbage works the land and owes a percentage of their harvest to their overlords. Are they serfs, the insane, lepers, or cucumbers?
Well, I've worked the land for our overlord my whole life, but I never knew what they called us. I only ever remember hearing the Baron say, "Idiot," or "You there." It's a toughie. I'm gonna go for the 50-50.
Okay, one of the lifelines you're allowed to pick. Judges, give the lovely Jacqueline the 50-50. Serfs or cucumbers, Jacqueline? What'll it be?
Cucumbers. I've heard that before. Cucumbers. They sit in the mud and... Yeah, cucumbers. D.
Final answer? Ooh, tough break, Jacqueline. They call you a serf.
Really?
But after all this, I think they may be calling you a cucumber.
Remember dancing to romantic ballads from the 90s? Then you'll want to get all 1,300 love songs by William the Troubadour.
Well, I done her 9 times in the meadow, and now she's playing the field.
You'll get classics like
Come keep me warm with your sister. Leave the corset to me, you lusty wench. Let's see it. Oh, darling, I'll even bathe for you. I'll never get to sleep without your love.
If you order now, we'll throw in the epic Roland. That's 1,300 love songs and a free 2-hour ballad just for ordering now.
I brung you flowers, so how about it?
Then Emperor Conrad decided to take what was left of his troops home. That was the beginning of the end.
I just came to say thanks for letting us be part of the crusade. Sorry my boys and I can't stay till the end, but it was neat. Thanks, it was neat.
Neat? No one's ever described the tour as neat before.
Yeah, well, most of my men were killed, but it was really neat being a part of it. Thanks.
Oh, good, great.
I got to go back to Germany now, so bye. God bless.
Neat? Anyone who describes my crusade as neat should be poleaxed.
When we come back, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Watch. The hordes of Europeans who headed east on the Second Crusade endured months of disease, hunger, thirst, and endless skirmishing. They grew desperate to reach the safety of the Crusader fortress at Antioch in the Middle East. There they would find a place to rest, additional troops, and decent food, not cordon bleu.
Food. Whether you're on the road as part of a trade caravan, making a pilgrimage, or touring with the Second Crusade, the biggest fear, after robbers, getting lost, and wild animals, is running out of food. Luckily, I learned quite a few cooking secrets on the First Crusade about how to make your food last till the end of the journey. There's nothing more frustrating to a pious pilgrim than finding God hasn't given you your daily bread. While you're waiting for the Almighty to top up your food supplies, you can make your flatbread last longer by adding ashes to the mix. It's filling and really kills the appetite. Another popular staple for crusaders are bloated horse remains. There's no shortage of these en route to Jerusalem. Just cut away the bad, stinky, bubbling parts, which is most of it in this case, and enjoy what's left. This also goes a long way. In fact, even when you're starving to death, just a mouthful seems like more than enough.
Bow your head, confess your sins, and be forgiven, my child.
Yeah, well, we waked a few Moorish towns off the map. Burned them to the ground and...
You can't afford to let flux of the belly interfere with life's important moments.
Our prisoners and made off with their women. I didn't feel so bad about the raping.
Angelicum will help stop the flatulence, cramping, and the annoying bowel movements that accompany flux of the belly, so you can get on with the business of the day.
Kill all their women and make the men eat their own children? Father, am I forgiven?
Yes. Angelicum will stop the flatulence, cramping, and the annoying bowel movements, so you can get on with the business of the day.
To prepare a dead horse, you'll need a good sword, which is the one thing you probably won't have run out of on a crusade.
Eventually, Eleanor's exhausted entourage entered Antioch. Now, this crusader state was ruled by Eleanor's uncle, Raymond. Prince Raymond was a hunky soldier. King Louis was a nerdy monk. So everybody loved Raymond.
I got a whole bunch of knights. I think you're gonna like them.
Really, Uncle Raymond?
Oh yeah, they got these great big
siege towers. Roll them up.
Finally reached the Crusader state of Antioch, and the person in charge just happened to be my favorite Uncle Raymond. I knew it would be the best part of the tour.
The enemy's defenses.
You've always been the uncle I liked best, Raymond.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean, like, or do you mean, like?
Why are you always touching her like that?
Oh, Louis, loosen up for f***'s sake. He's my uncle.
And we're uncle.
That would be more incestuous than our relationship.
Oh.
You know, we really shouldn't be married at all.
Oh.
Look, I've made up my mind. I am not going to Odessa.
You are not coming to Odessa? Oh my God, we came all this way to take Odessa back. It was going to be the high point of the Crusade.
I am not comfortable with it, all right? I am going to Jerusalem.
You can't go to Jerusalem. Raymond is waiting for us in Odessa with his troops. We are supposed to back them up, for f***'s sake. Louis, grow up.
Well, I am going to Jerusalem, whatever you say. Bye.
Ugh. Jerusalem. What? Holy shit.
It's over, everybody. Damascus sucks. We're all going home. Get some sleep.
Good night, Eleanor.
Good night, Thierry. Go to sleep.
Good night, Jeffrey. Jeffrey?
He's dead.
Shut up, everyone. Go to bed. It's over.
The Second Crusade was a disaster. Thousands died, nothing was gained for the Christian Empire, and the Pope banned women from all future crusades. Eleanor was so furious at Louis for dragging her to Jerusalem while leaving Raymond in Antioch that they sailed home to France in separate ships. Divorce just over the horizon. Later, Eleanor shacked up with the King of England and devoted her new life to motherhood, producing the bloodthirsty crusader Richard the Lionheart. Who says one person can't make a difference and do her part to ensure that history bites?
Yeah, there's no way you can predict how a cockfight is gonna end, eh? No way you can foretell or look for signs or nothing like that there.
Don is referring, of course, to the sad incident on the weekend when a man bet his life savings on a cockfight, which is not unusual, but then he tried to prophesize the outcome by sacrificing a chicken and examining its liver and...
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you, I don't need to look at no liver to tell you, if you cut open a chicken, it ain't gonna win no fight.